As this crowd rolled into U.S. Bank Stadium, they were bundled up, jackets and scarves, downright cold outside on this November evening, but all good here inside as we welcome you to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Minnesota Vikings. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. This defense for the Vikings, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Evans comes in motion right. They'll try to run for it. Here's Williams. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. Great first drive defensively. 3rd and short, able to stop the run.
And what it does is it gives not just confidence to your defensive players. It gives an overall feeling of, okay, we've established things here early. We can carry this throughout the game.
He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against an interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. They'll run on first, and it's out. He put it on the carpet, and this is picked up by the Browns. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll set up to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Now, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week, an unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They're going to try and throw.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Jair Alexander. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. In motion right is Evans. Williams will try again. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belting before he can get out of the backfield. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Robbie Anderson. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Browns go up by 2 touchdowns.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0.
14. Vikings, nothing.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Back to throw now on 1st down.
Tyreek Hill's got another one.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. They complete it to Hill.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 44-yard line. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Complete. Smith has it.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
19, 18, right here.
They'll look to throw again.
Goes right back to Smith again.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Back in 60. Cut 19. Cut 19.
Again, he'll drop to throw. That's out to Hill, right side complete. So he stopped for no gain. And that's going to bring up the 4th down.
Left wing 19.
In motion, Hill.
70 Rangers.
Back to throw again. Steps away to his left. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
And the Browns are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a 1st or a 2nd seed come playoff time.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll motion the tight end across the formation.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 1 yard is the loss. They back up even further to a 3rd and 15.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. This is taken around the 12.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one. Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
On 2nd down, it's Shepard. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
They'll try and throw for it here. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Picked off by Caleb Farley. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step toward forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. On second down, Williams. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal.
That was pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge.
Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it.
So now from half the distance closer, here's first and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning.
At the Vikings 2-yard line.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. They'll run it with Williams. And he takes this one in for a Brown score.
Javonte Williams with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0.
Vikings nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
They're on 19-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here, because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock, because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
19 tight, 19 tight, 18, 5 here. 79 Broncos.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That one complete to Hill. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25.
A gain of 6 yards. It's 4th down.
Come 19, come 19. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside.
And he is going to pick up the Vikings first down as they wind up with a gain of 11 there on 4th down.
70 rings, 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Panther 11, Panther 11.
They'll look to throw here. It's Hill, complete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 44-yard line.
Trap 50, trap 50. Warriors 70. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
2nd and 2. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. Now we are keeping a close eye on his catches, a really close eye now, because that's number 899 in his career. The next one will give him 900. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw here.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Ready.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats.
And now the Browns are going to take another timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Here we go.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
19 right. Buffalo 18. Check match, check match.
He'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Come on.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd.
Drop left. 19 tight, 19 tight. Rig alert, rig alert. Rig. Ready.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. They'll drop to throw. And this is caught on the sideline. And he gets out of bounds as well. How about that? Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. On first down, Shepard. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Michael Badgley on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7.
Makes the score Vikings 7.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Shepard takes it to about the 37.
It's not time to get them established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Up the middle they go. It's Shepard, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. Got a man, it's London. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Maverick. 60 Maverick. Mustang 19. Check it.
Looking to throw. And going deep for Hill. And this is caught. Touchdown.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that as he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return.
The Browns drive about to get started.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, this secondary just continues to be a force. Multiple interceptions in this game, and now the pick 6.
And the thing about it is once you get an interception as a unit, you think to yourself, okay, we got that. How do we increase it the next time? Get the interception, do a little more damage, and there's your outcome right there. Take it to the house and break down what they're trying to do offensively.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the scores. The kick's away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started.
We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. And the slot man goes in motion left.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
46 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll send the tight end in motion left.
They'll stay on the ground with Williams.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. the pistol. Here's Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Browns on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Back to throw. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Go street. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers. Ready.
They'll set up to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Well, part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick 6 on the other side, and now they get a pick 6 of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick 6 from earlier in this game.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And can they regroup? That's the question. The pick 6 hurt, no doubt, but this is still a one-score game here in the 4th. And going deep for Hill. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, we just saw something you don't ordinarily see, and that's him trying to deep ball after throwing a pick 6 on his previous pass. Normally, they give him something safe to get his confidence back. Instead, they let him fire it downfield, albeit unsuccessfully.
Drop 60, drop 60. Hawk 70, Hawk 70, Warrior 70.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
The busy night continues for Williams. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. He'll look to throw. His throw incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They give it to Williams, running right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over, and here a late turnover leads to a 4th-quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Their own 17-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
It's another 1st down as they bite off 23 more on that one.
You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that on your side.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
65 yards, 65 yards.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
He'll let this go for the end zone. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Vikings have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
18-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the 4th quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at the earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll set up a throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
They'll look to throw. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Slot man moves right. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. Even with him busting through the contact, he'll still be stopped just inside the 35. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. They run it again with Williams. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to perhaps salt this one away. And this one is right down Broadway. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Roll, roll. Ready.
Now back to throw.
Got London on a slant. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to them, and it's paying off.
Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on first down.
Panther 11, Panther 11.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Throws right back to London, complete again.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. So the completion good for 7 there, and that's going to bring up second down. So a decent gain there, but not their 4th consecutive first down like they had on the first 3 plays.
You sound almost disappointed there. You want to fire the offensive coordinator on that one or what?
They'd gotten into a rhythm. I thought they were just going to keep going.
Yeah, almost a win for the defense, but if that's your win, you're not doing very well right now.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
18 Robert, 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat, 19 Wyatt.
Back to throw again. And that is incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
19 tight, 19 tight.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to have his running back. It's complete.
Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So for the Browns, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, it's their first stumble of the season as they'll dip to 8-1 on the year. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Arizona Cardinals.